Welcome to Lit with Ernest, where we dive into the heart of literature and explore what makes it tick. Today, we're setting sail for the fantastical world of Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels. Published in 1726, this satirical masterpiece has been a staple of literary canon for centuries, influencing countless works of fiction, art, and even politics. Gulliver's Travels emerged during a time of great upheaval in Europe, with the rise of colonialism, scientific discovery, and philosophical debates about human nature. Swift, an Anglo-Irish writer and clergyman, was deeply concerned about the state of society and the dangers of unchecked power, corruption, and foolishness. He wrote Gulliver's Travels as a commentary on the excesses of his time, using satire to critique the politics, culture, and values of 18th century Europe. In terms of literary background, Gulliver's Travels relates to several major traditions, including the picaresque novel, travel literature, and Menippean satire. The work draws on the influences of ancient Greek and Roman writers, such as Lucian and Juvenal, as well as contemporary authors like Daniel Defoe and Thomas More. Critical reception of Gulliver's Travels has evolved over time, with some early readers viewing it as a light-hearted travelogue, while others recognized its scathing social commentary. Today, scholars acknowledge the work's complexity, ambiguity, and multi-layered meanings. One of the key themes in Gulliver's Travels is the concept of identity, which Swift explores through his protagonist's encounters with various strange creatures. Gulliver's experiences on the island of Lilliput, for example, raise questions about the nature of size, power, and perspective. The tiny inhabitants of Lilliput are obsessed with their own miniature world, while Gulliver, as a giant, sees things from a completely different vantage point. This contrast highlights the subjective nature of reality and challenges readers to consider their own assumptions about the world. Swift also uses satire to critique the politics and social norms of his time. In the land of Brobdingnag, Gulliver encounters a society that values reason, justice, and moderation, qualities that are sadly lacking in 18th century Europe. The king of Brobdingnag is a wise and benevolent ruler who embodies the ideals of Enlightenment thinking, while the English monarchy, by contrast, is portrayed as corrupt and self-serving. Through this juxtaposition, Swift comments on the failures of his own society and offers a vision of a more just and rational world. Another significant aspect of Gulliver's Travels is its use of literary devices, such as allegory, symbolism, and irony. The character of Lemuel Gulliver himself is a symbol of the everyman, who embodies both the virtues and vices of human nature. His travels can be seen as an allegory for the journey of life, with each destination representing a different stage of moral development or spiritual awareness. Swift's use of irony is also noteworthy, as he often employs understatement, exaggeration, and contradiction to make pointed comments about politics, culture, and society. The cultural impact of Gulliver's Travels has been profound and far-reaching. The work has influenced countless authors, including Voltaire, Mark Twain, and George Orwell, who have borrowed its themes, motifs, and satirical techniques in their own writing. Adaptations and reinterpretations of Gulliver's Travels can be found in film, art, literature, and even music, with the work continuing to inspire new generations of creators and thinkers. In conclusion, Gulliver's Travels remains a masterpiece of satire, imagination, and intellectual curiosity. Like this episode if it hit true. That's all for today's Lit with Ernest. Like this episode if it hit true. Share it if you respect honest talk about books. Subscribe, because we'll do this again. This is Ernest, signing off.